Welcome back to Hatfield, Pennsylvania. You are watching the championship matchup at the 2020 Battle of the All-Stars, brought to you by Nerd Derby, Twitch Roller Derby Channel Supreme. I'm Gretchen Little. I'm here with Final Straw, Florida versus Pennsylvania. Final, who is skating for Florida?
For Florida, we have number 008, Intoxicate, number 15, Rainbow, number 18, Slamwich, number 111, Agresta, number 2, Low Blow, number 21, French Fry, number 301, Legs, number 313, Center, number 357, Felony, Fat Bottom, number 6, Not Rocket Science, number 62, Fancy, number 77, R2, Destroy You, number 777, Little Last Kicker, 81, D-Ride, number 814, G-Roll, and number 831, Schlong.
Okay, it's S.H. Long, by the way, for those of you playing at home. Florida, the upstart in this year's tournament. It's not rocket science. A former skater for these Pennsylvania All-Stars, a star for the Florida team as well, is jamming for Florida. But first lead going to Herman of the Pennsylvania All-Stars.
And that's right. Snot Rocket is a transfer and is currently not the she.
Well,
actually,
we got a Pennsylvania All-Stars in the penalty box already, right, and Herman is going to have to run this. Not rocket science, pulling through, putting up the first 4 points of the game for Florida.
And they're holed up here in turn number 2. We hear the whistle, ending that jam.
Let's see, 3 go up for Florida. 3 go up for Pennsylvania. Tough luck for the Pennsylvania All-Stars final in that first jam to lose 2 blockers so quickly.
So quickly indeed. So they're going to be down 1 blocker to start this particular jam.
Olive Havoc of the Black Rose Rollers of Hanover, Pennsylvania, jamming for Pennsylvania, and we'll wait for the signal on the Florida jammer.
Center for Florida.
Center's been big this tournament final.
They really have been. Center's been huge.
And they get lead.
And their lead again. 1
lead apiece in the early going. This promises to be an electrifying game. We're sorry we cut in so abruptly, but things at the Battle of the All-Stars roll quick. 2 quick penalties on Gord Jess. Olive Havoc is out of the pack, and Sinner calls the jam.
Yes, she does. All right. So as things are getting reset, Pennsylvania has 2 blockers has a blocker and a pivot in the penalty box.
Okay, so early penalty trouble for the Pennsylvania All-Stars. Florida has never been to the Battle of the All-Stars.
That's right.
This is their inaugural run. It would be quite surprising and entertaining, to say the least, if they were to come in and win it all. We will see. Jam number 3 almost ready to get underway.
All right, we have aggressive for Florida.
Agresta quickly getting lead jammer. Persephone held in the back by the Florida defense. Not only is Florida tough offensively, but they are gutsy defensively as well.
Agresta threw on that foreign pass one more time.
Okay, and Persephone now fighting up front. Knocked hard, but able to get through. French Fry doing a good job defensively. V-Diva back on the track now, backing up quickly against against Agresta.
And with Agresta calling that off before they're able to score, Pennsylvania is able to throw up any points.
Well, 11 right now for Florida, 0 for Pennsylvania. So, 8-0 jam in favor of Florida. Florida making some noise in the early going final.
They are making a lot of noise. They're letting you know that they're here with their bright orange jerseys. I just love their jerseys so much. We're starting very low at the jam line. Everyone all stuck together.
Orange, you glad we came to Pennsylvania. Okay, Rousey now trying to change the fortunes, getting quick lead for Pennsylvania. Rousey, of course, from Philly Roller Derby, Liberty Bells, had a really good season last year. Slamwich with the star for Florida. Rousey quickly through for points, fighting with Felony, Fat Bottom in turn 2.
Oh, lots of good blocking there against Rousey, holding her back.
Rousey wrestled to the outside. She's going to have to call it. She does. And Florida putting up points. So 2 on the jam for Florida, 4 for Pennsylvania, 17-7 with almost 5 minutes gone by.
And this is exactly what Florida's been doing all weekend. They're getting in, they're quick and decisive. So as soon as if there's any bit of a hesitation, they're taking advantage and being able to score.
Bourbon Bruiser, thanks for the question. Reptar is not on the Pennsylvania roster tonight. We got kind of shortchanged in the run-up to this broadcast. They all of a sudden said that the game was starting, and so we didn't get a chance to introduce the rosters for both teams, but you are correct. Reptar is not rostered in this game for Pennsylvania. Now we have Evil Beauty jamming for Pennsylvania. Little last kicker lead for Florida. And out of an abundance of caution, Little Last Kicker going to go back to avoid a potential track cut penalty. That'll give Evil Beauty a chance at least to establish upward position in the pack. Built to Spill now, bridging out. Teflon Donna anchoring the Pennsylvania defense. And Evil Beauty is through, and Little Last Kicker will no doubt call this jam. That's what she does.
Yes, she does.
17-7 after 5 jams.
And we did have a Florida blocker go to the penalty box during that jam. That's their Captain G role. While she was there, enough time passed that we were able to spring her from the box.
Okay, so it is 5-on-5 in the track. MJ Slammer now joining the defensive.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Set up for Pennsylvania. You said Snot Rocket Science? Okay.
Yes.
Jamming for Florida. Herman for Pennsylvania, and a couple of jammers who know each other. Yeah, I talked with Russian Bayou on the Pennsylvania side, of course, who has skated in every Battle of the All-Stars.
Right.
And she was really looking forward to playing against the former teammates, that are now on the Florida side. Now we got a defensive grind. 10-point Florida lead. That's not going to hold necessarily. Oh, no. Now
Look at Herman going
up front.
But again, those Florida blockers are just massive in their ability to hold the players back.
Rainbow was very instrumental in that defensive formation, but Rousey's through. Rousey's leads, not rocket science. Playing catch-up, which she does extremely well. Rousey bumped out by Rainbow.
Yeah, Rainbow, sorry. Rainbow was also one of our MVPs for this weekend.
For Florida?
For Florida, yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know when you mentioned our.
Oh, our, yes, because I'm from Ohio. I meant our as in BOTAS. One of BOTAS MVPs.
Okay, we're ready to get underway. It's a 10-point game now. Florida coming out and making a statement early. Betty Switch jamming for Pennsylvania against Sinner for Florida.
Yes.
Sinner is lead.
Sinner is lead, making quick movements around that track.
Switch escapes the pack and looks over to see whether it happened cleanly. The official can't give her a yes, you're all right, but Gorgeous pounds Sinner to the infield. That'll stop the jam. 3 points going up for Florida.
That's right, and Sinner doing the smart thing, checking with their coach in order to make sure that it was indeed time to call this off.
Buxmont is the MVP of BOTAS. Yeah, you got to say that.
That's true. That's very true.
And a lot of people have asked what Buxmont means. We are right on the county line between Bucks County, B-U-C-K-S, and Montgomery County. So Buxmont is just kind of a geographical shortcut. And Olive Havoc now jamming for Pennsylvania is lead. Agresta trying to play catch-up.
Agresta has been putting up the points all weekend long. I think yesterday she put up 50-ish points in the first half.
Oh, boy. Olive Havoc ridden out. That was D-Ride with the defensive play. Olive already had 3, but 2 go up for Agresta. So 1-point win for Pennsylvania on that one, final.
That's right. They really are, they really power through that fourth whistle. They don't give up either team. So they're able to sneak in those points right before the end.
Well, and the PAC players expect that. That's what makes it so exciting to watch. Persephone jamming for Pennsylvania. Slamwich for Florida. 1 blocker for Pennsylvania. That's Thumper in that Apex Skate Shop penalty box right now. And right now, defense is the name of the game.
Yes, it is. They still haven't made it past the pivot line. Of course, and as I say that, they make it past the pivot line.
Well, not really.
No, just kidding.
Persephone was ridden outside, so not quite able to get up in the rarefied air of turn number 1. We might not get there at all, final.
That's right. We're almost 30 seconds in, and we still don't have a lead established.
Okay, Teflon Donna being sent to the penalty box, another longtime Pennsylvania All-Star.
Slamwich going really hard in between, trying to go in between these Pennsylvania All-Star blockers.
Persephone finds room, though. Lead jam going to Pennsylvania, and it's a 22-13 spread right now, 9 points. Nice defense there by D-Ride. So,
and we still haven't made it out of the turn 1.
No. Except that Persephone is lead jammer, but she is stuck to be now getting some offensive assistance from Teflon Donna along with Stark Raven, and that's going to put up 1 point. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. 1 point? Wow. It felt like a lot more than 1 point.
Okay, Hard Dash says, Gretchen, just want you to know that Florida is, of course, talented, but they're also class acts. Thank you for that, Hard Dash. Yes, absolutely. They have come and they have made their presence known, and it's been a welcome addition to the Battle of the All-Stars.
Absolutely. I've seen them all weekend smiling and really participating as hard as they can. We're off to the races here right now. We've got a quick
that's Rousey. The scoreboard says Vanessa V. Diva Sites, but anybody who knows that stride knows that this is Rousey.
That's
with
right.
The star. Rousey going airborne, calling the jam, gets all 4. And that will help the Pennsylvania cause, draw them to within 4 now of the Florida All-Stars. 17:55 left on the first period clock.
So we're heading into Jam 11.
Yeah, Vinny Pont says, I thought it was Diva. Yeah, well, that's what they put up on the scoreboard.
Oops.
Mistakes happen. That
It's
was
life.
Rousey putting up 4 for Pennsylvania. Olive Havoc with the star now for the Pennsylvania All-Stars, and that's not rocket science. Looking for room on the inside, but she is so dynamic, moving quickly from side to side. Built to spill, anchoring the defense for Pennsylvania, and for Florida, that's French Fry bumping out Olive Havoc. Nice work by French Fry. Olive's going to have to reset.
Everyone with the food name has to reset right now. All right.
Let's see. It's 4-on-4 in the pack, and that means hard work for jammers. Not rocket science. Bounces outside and fakes the move, then goes inside. Lead jammer for Florida. Olive Havoc still mired in the pack. Here comes Snot, stopped by Gorgeous and Teflon Donna, but regrouping.
Oh,
and
there she goes.
Just shoulders around Gorgeous. That's 4 points for Florida.
You know, she really shows a lot of, a lot of initiative. Her head and shoulder fakes are amazing. I have been in awe of her.
And the skating ability, and as Hard Dash said, just a class individual, one of the nicest finest people you will meet, not only in our sport, but just in life. Built to Spill takes a star pass for Pennsylvania, and that's going to bring our jam to a close, but an outburst by Snot Rocket Science, 8 points, 30 for Florida, 18 for Pennsylvania.
All right, and we do have, like you said, we have one blocker in the box for Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's actually Olive Havoc, who had been the jammer but had passed the star to Built to Spill. Right now, Vanessa V. Diva Sites is wearing the pivot star for Team Pennsylvania. Let's see, who's that with the pivot star for Team Florida?
That looks like a Florida jammer. I mean, a Florida pivot. I actually can't see because of the official in front of the person right now. It's like 3 or 1. It's probably legs would be my guess.
I believe that is legs, indeed.
Guess.
So, all right, so, and a timeout being called by Pennsylvania. Florida has got the tournament hosts a little rattled in the early going.
It's like, are we going? Are we not? Are we going? Are we not?
Well, it's a timeout, so
I
that's
know.
just silliness on the
I know, they just set up and they wait.
I mean, that's I use the word silliness. I'm not trying to be.
I know. We all do it.
Judgmental, but
no,
yeah,
not at all.
Timeout on the track for those of you who aren't sure. And now we have a rolling whistle, which signifies the impending resumption of play.
Exactly. All right. Looks like we're gonna have. It looks like maybe center on the line, but we'll have to wait and see as they come this way.
Okay, Olive Havoc is Olive did go to the box as a jammer, so it's a power start for Florida. Center with the star for Florida. Russian Bayou bumps her out. V Diva rolls her back, and Pennsylvania, they're going to have to show their coordinated defense if they're going to stop this Florida momentum.
They really are, and you've got Felony Flat Bottom, who's also been amazing at bracing all weekend long.
Yeah, for Florida, and she was trying to throw some offense there to break up that Pennsylvania wall. Actually, it's a Philadelphia wall right now for Team Pennsylvania. It's V Diva, Built to Spill, Russian Bayou, and Teflon Donna. Olive Havoc out of the penalty box. Lead jammer. Center escapes the pack. Olive Havoc digging in, getting up to top speed, but so is the Florida defense led by Felony Fat Bottom. Olive is into the pack now for points. Going to call, rolling to the inside of turn 3. And I see 2 fingers. Am I right? Final?
Might be 3. I can't tell if the thumb is in there or not.
2 fingers
2
for Pennsylvania. So it's a 10-point game. 30 for Florida, 20 for Pennsylvania.
And we did go almost an entire minute without having jam established.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was, well, it was a great penalty kill by Pennsylvania. And that's one of the things that Pennsylvania has going for them is the well-coordinated pack play of so many of their Liberty Bells skaters. Herman with the star now for Team Pennsylvania, doing battle against French Fry at the front of the pack. That's 2 straight leads for Pennsylvania, and Agresta in behind the Pennsylvania defense with the star for Florida. Scoring trip now for Herman, but that is interrupted by the Florida defense in the name of French Fry. Oh, how about that?
There we go. A nice skip up the inside there.
Yeah, Herman's going to call 4 for Pennsylvania. That was almost too easy.
Smart. They made it look easy. That's for darn
well,
sure.
yeah, and sometimes there you go. We've had the conversation before when you have the knockout and then the rollback.
Right.
Sometimes the rollback actually works to the benefit of the jammer.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, it just kind of gives them a chance to find a path that they might not have found if you just stuck them right there.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Persephone now with the star for Pennsylvania. And I don't know how she stayed in bounds on that inside line, but she is lead jammer. Little last
kicker getting a nice hit.
Yeah, being held up by Thumper on the outside
Thumper,
and
that's who
Russian
that is,
Bayou
yes.
on the inside. Yeah, and now Persephone is in that no serotonin zone of Florida blockers, and just going to have to go. That's one thing that Pennsylvania, for as much as their coordinated defense is effective, they often let their jammers go on their own. Final.
That's very true. They really believe in their jammers, and that they can do the thing, that they can actually do that work over and over and over again.
Yes.
And
Persephone on a second scoring trip right now, as Lil Lasskicker is still mired in that Pennsylvania defense. And now a little shirt whip courtesy of Russian Bayou. Persephone was trying to make it. The coaching staff says, keep going. And Persephone does, and is working on an 8-point jam and a lead change as Pennsylvania takes a 32-30 lead in this jam.
now Sass dropped the helmet cover. She had to get it back in order to give it legally to her pivot, if that is what she wants to be doing.
Yeah, legs all pivoting again in this jam. It looks like it was just a feint there, as Lil Lasskicker has now completed the initial trip.
Pass.
Persephone listens to the sidelines calling the jam. More points go up. I believe 3 more. Yes, so Pennsylvania now 35, Florida 30. 10 minutes, 52 seconds to go in period number 1.
We've got a timeout blue for Pennsylvania.
Oh my, that would be surprising, but they've already taken one. We're looking at, I believe it's signifying Florida now, but we'll find out for sure in a minute. Yeah, the jam referee appears to be pointing to the Florida bench right now. Final.
That was maybe my fault. I swear I heard blue, but mistakes happen.
It's hard to know sometimes because, God love our officials. We didn't get a chance to talk about the officials for this championship game either.
Right.
So let me do that right now. Our crew head referee and inside pack ref is Yogi. The other inside pack ref is Bibbidi Bobbidi Boom. Jam referees are Zero and Guinness. Our OPRs are Sir Lancelot, William Skatespear, and Damon Mistress. And our alternate referee is Mr. Warnerful. Our crew head NSO is Constance Killjoy. Jam timers are Jesus. Penalty tracker is Candied Bacon. Penalty wrangler is Constance Killjoy. Lineup trackers are Busta and Jigsaw. Inside whiteboard, Mater Cry. Scoreboard operator is Loca Mocha. Scorekeepers are Spicy Boy, Trampling Bias. Penalty managers, Chemical Restraint. Penalty box timers are Coops and Wolverine. And Overwatch is the alt. Meanwhile, back to the action. Snot Rocket Science bursting through the pack for lead jammer for Florida. Rousey giving chase for Pennsylvania.
Snot with amazing pack awareness, too. So she's not going to give up points if she really, really, really doesn't have to.
Oh, no. It's not, it's, I don't know, I'm not privy to, her training regimen and stuff, but such a dedicated athlete. She's been at this sport a long time. Yeah, over 10 years.
I've taken 2 clinics with her myself. So
isn't that the truth?
It's true.
I mean, just a complete package. Vision, lateral mobility, speed, awareness, and a heck of a nice person. So Herman now jamming for Florida, for Pennsylvania. For Florida, it is Slamwich. The penalty box is empty, which means jammers have a difficult time getting out. Felony Fat Bottom on an offensive.
making way for Slamwich.
Yeah, you've heard of a charm offensive. That was the opposite of a charm. That was a harm offensive.
Indeed,
for Felony Fat Bottom. But Herman was able to get out and is lead jammer for Pennsylvania.
I will say that a difference for this particular game tonight for Florida is that they don't have a Pocket Rocket, who they were fielding or putting on the track regularly.
Yes,
but
that loss is kind of equalized on the Pennsylvania side by not having Reptar.
Oh, that's
so,
true.
Yeah, 4 points going up for Herman. We have a Florida skater going to the penalty box. Felony Fat Bottom getting physical now with Herman at the front, but now passing off the defensive duties to Rainbow. Yeah.
But we've got a Florida parade right now going to the penalty box.
Rainbow Fancy's going to be in the queue as Herman is going to go ahead and put up 4 more points. Would do well to call the jam, I would say, although maybe you get them while you can in this game final.
Yeah, I know. Maybe that's exactly what you do. Not have that power start or anything. I mean, they, of course, trust Diva to get in the way just enough once that jammer is released.
That's true. And Herman just continuing to roll 4 more. This is the biggest jam of the game, a 20-point jam, and made possible by a penalty explosion from the Florida side.
That is just remarkable. 20 points. This has been very physical, and we're a little more than halfway through. Let's see, we've got about 7 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, Pocket Rocket, y'all are right on the stream. Sorry about that. Who Florida is missing this afternoon is Bottle Rocket. Now we're back to live action. Betty Switch with the star for Pennsylvania. Sinner giving chase for Florida. Betty Switch is going to try to hit and quit, and she certainly gets hit by Rainbow.
Yeah, she does get hit.
And it's a 0-0 jam.
All right, I think Florida will be happy with a 0-0 on that one.
Absolutely, and Felony Fat Bottom still sitting in the penalty box. Pennsylvania at full strength, 6:50 to go in this first period.
This first period is going very quickly.
Isn't it, though?
I mean, we've taken some timeouts even, and it still feels like it's just screaming by.
Well, that's, I think, in part because of the intensity of the gameplay. All right, we got Olive Havoc now jamming again for Pennsylvania against Agresta for Florida. Thumper trying to make some room for Olive Havoc. Olive is going to be rolled out by 831 S.H. Long, so she will have to reset. Felony Fat Bottom released from the penalty box, and Russian Bayou sitting down. Lead jammer going to Agresta. Jail Bars has to let her go. Star pass to V Diva, and V Diva quickly catches up with Agresta. Both go down. Let's see if there's a penalty on the play. And it's a low block on Agresta.
At least she's smiling about it, right?
Holy cow.
I cannot believe that. So we're on a power jam with
V Diva turning lemons to lemonade there for the Pennsylvania All-Stars. Completes a scoring trip now.
That's right, and we've got another penalty on Florida, so that's S.H. Long going
the star and the stripe in the Apex Skate Shop penalty box for Florida. Vanessa V Diva Sites, of course, made her bones in WFTDA play as a jammer back in the early teens. I'm sounding like an oldster now being faced up by G-Roll. And wow, how about this? The only thing that she can't do is call the jam. And Agresta back out for moments and is called back to the penalty box. 4 points are awarded, but there's still 14 seconds on the jam clock. V Diva with 16 could conceivably get another shot at this Florida pack.
I mean, it's just remarkable the fact that we've just seen this parade of penalties.
Jam time's out. No additional points going to Pennsylvania, but that is a explosion by Pennsylvania. 71 to 38 now. 38. Oh boy. Official review being requested by Florida. I would, if they didn't review something on that play, that would make me question things.
That's true. That's very true.
All right. Wow.
That's
Well, I think what would be nice right now, we've talked about so many of these players throughout the weekend, and we haven't had the opportunity a lot of times to talk about what leagues they represent. And let's go ahead and go through them. On Pennsylvania, I've said it, of course, Olive Havoc is from the Black Rose Rollers. MJ Slammer, who could not, for Pennsylvania All-Stars from Lehigh Valley, Jail Bars from Philly, Phoenix from the Black Rose Rollers, Evil Beauty from Brandywine Roller Derby, Gorgeous from Reading, Vanessa V Diva Sites and Rousey, of course, from Philly, Sophia from Steel City, Persephone and Sin and Sonic from Philly, Stark Raven from Steel City, Tomb Schrader from Reading, Built to Spill, Reptar, Herman, Teflon, Donna, all from Philly, Thumper representing Brandywine Roller Derby, Scrappy Doo represents Penn Jersey Roller Derby, and of course Russian Bayou represents Philly. How about on the Florida side?
On the Florida side, it looks like we have a plethora of teams represented, which is always great to see. It looks like Intoxicate from Braden Tucky Bombers. We've got the we've got Low County High Rollers. See, Jacksonville Roller Derby, we have Low Blow.
Okay, we're going to get some clarification. Why don't you talk to our alt ref for a second, off the mic, final, and we will find out what the penalty is about. Yeah, we're going to learn more about the official review in just a second. And, I'm looking over there, and I don't see anybody in the penalty box. Final, what happened?
What happened was Florida asked for a review on a forearm for their jammer. And after some review, the refs decided that that could be rescinded, and now they have the empty box.
Okay, and so they retained their review. That is a very appropriate and intelligent use of the official review on the Florida side.
It really is, because Agresta. Say this
Agresta,
for me again.
yeah.
Agresta. I feel, Agresta has been amazing this game, so it's really important for her to keep as many of her
I'm
penalties
seeing
down.
some love for the Braden Tucky Bombers. I actually got to one of their games last year when I was visiting family in Sarasota.
Oh,
so
nice.
They have a nice program there. They skate at a great facility and really quality people. Okay, back to the action. It's not rocket science with the star for Florida. Evil Beauty jamming for Pennsylvania. The penalty box is empty, which means it is a grind right now. And can't always trust the scoreboard here. It's actually Rousey with the star for Pennsylvania. Snot rocket science, lead jammer Florida, and it's not rocket science, somebody who can definitely score in bunches. Cut track penalty going on Rousey, so the power jam is on for Florida.
And this will be really fun for them to capitalize on right now. I know fun might seem like an odd word here, but
well, if you're not having fun, I don't think you ought to do it.
But it's really gonna. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better game right now.
Yeah, Built to Spill and Phoenix were roughing up Snot Rocket Science up at the front. Built to Spill was called for an out of play. Snot Rocket has taken one for the team, calling the jam, freezing Rousey in the penalty box. Let's see, 8 points did go up for Florida under Snot's watch, so that cuts the lead down to 25, 71-46 in favor of Pennsylvania. 3 minutes on the nose to go in period number one. Here we have the 5-second signal going up. One blocker in the box for Pennsylvania and the jammer as well. This is Agresta once again, and Thumper faces up to Agresta. Russian Bayou knocks her out. Russian Bayou's foot went out of bounds, but Agresta couldn't take any chances there.
That's right.
And
when you're not sure, you need to be able to take that You need to be clear.
And now she gets
And
lead.
she's through.
Rousey is back on the track with the star for Pennsylvania, but she is hit hard by G-Roll and rolled back to the pivot line. Meanwhile, scoring trip now for Agresta. V-Diva trying to hold the outside of turn 2. Thumper getting a little bit of sandwich work on the inside. Now Russian Bayou and V-Diva coordinating on Agresta, but Agresta's too quick.
Through. Yes, she is.
Agresta putting up 4 for Florida.
She has been working so hard this whole weekend.
Yeah.
I can't say enough nice things about her in that regard.
And this time she's edged out by V-Diva. Meanwhile, Rousey is just hoping this jam concludes sometime real soon. The Florida defense is just teeing off on her right now, Final.
That's right. They really are. They're just eating up the time in order to help Agresta get through, get another scoring pass.
Okay, well, there we go. It's a quick star pass, 2 built to spill, so that will prompt the call. More points going up for Florida, 3 in fact, so it's a 7-point jam. That, along with Snot Rocket Science's 8-point jam in the last jam, make a 15-0 run for the Florida All-Stars.
See, I think they needed a minute to breathe and regather themselves so that they could actually not bleed the penalties so much.
Yeah, nice noticing there by Nancy Kicks. Grohl does some incredible, another former Pennsylvania All-Star, of course, which is, I think, one of the reasons why I'm so happy that Florida decided to bring a team this year.
Absolutely.
As we said, it's the first time that they have done it. Persephone now, lead jammer for Pennsylvania. Pounded to the outfield by Legs and ridden once again by Rainbow, just for good measure. So she doesn't lose lead status, but she does lose position on the track.
All right.
This is Sinner with the star for Pennsylvania. And how about Persephone? Wow. Just took advantage of a momentary change in position of the Florida defenders, able to re-escape the pack. Now coming in for points.
Rainbow knocks her out again.
Yeah,
but
well
it was
done
Rainbow
by Rainbow.
Legs and
yeah, it was a community effort, wasn't it?
It very much looked like a waterfall in reverse, right?
yeah, yeah. Imagine the water going up to the top of the river.
Exactly.
Okay, 4 points for Persephone. First points in several minutes for Pennsylvania. The period clock is down to 0, so the lead jammer status is important to the Pennsylvania All-Stars. Persephone being careful, trying to get a couple more points as Sinner is just being really just rode hard in the back of that pack by Teflon Donna and Gorgeous for Pennsylvania. Now she's able to get out, and one would think that we will soon see a call-off.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, Persephone is going to call the jam. That'll end the period. There are 4 more points for Pennsylvania, taking them to 79. So right now it's a 26-point Pennsylvania lead, with Florida as incendiary as they can be. That is not a safe lead, Final.
It is not a safe lead at all. They'll take any opportunity that they can get in order to make those to get those points in, and I really think that they'll have an opportunity to do some more of that.
Oh yeah, we're going to be back very quickly with the second period of play. New England Roller Derby Report would like to thank their production sponsor, Sociopath. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering size-inclusive leggings and shorts designed to fit you. They have several different lengths, and they have pockets. We all know how important pockets are.
Pockets are so important.
Pockets rule. Sociopath is sure to have a style that works for your body. Team colors, custom prints, and group discounts are available. Also offering dozens of armband and helmet cover options. She's got you covered. Please see sociopath.ca/NERD for 10% off your next order.
Indeed, and we're grateful that they are having a sponsorship here. shouldn't have said it straight away. You should have just done it. Volume. I don't know which one it is.
Okay, we are back. We're almost ready to get underway. 1:15 seconds to go before the start of period number 2. We've been, wow. I tell you what, Final, so much to talk about after this first period. But, you know, what I see is that Florida hasn't seen a defense quite as coordinated as Pennsylvania yet this weekend.
I think you're probably right. I'm trying to think of the ones that we've had. Well, New York was tough, for sure, but obviously the scores didn't exactly show that. So I think you're right. Pennsylvania is definitely giving them more of that hard wall and that swarminess. They're just kind of that moving all around.
Yes, and again, part of that is because so many of the Pack players are Philly Roller Derby who have practiced together for several years. However, what do you think the odds are that Florida has figured something out over this intermission?
Oh, I have no doubt that Florida has figured something out over this intermission. You know, they do, as we've talked about, that there are 2 former Pennsylvania skaters playing for Florida now.
Yes.
So there's going to be some familiarity, I'm going to think. Plus, you know, you're just going to study tape and understand. You're going to understand where your weaknesses are. You're going to talk to each other and know what to look for.
Okay, we're back to live action. Olive Havoc starting the starting the period for Pennsylvania. Snot Rocket Science for Florida, and a cutting the track penalty going on Olive. So this is a power jam Florida. Let's see if Snot can get around Russian Bayou and V Diva. Thumper quickly getting into the mix as well. But Snot Rocket Science finds an inside line.
She does find that inside line, and she just kept. I mean, there was a moment where I thought she was actually like taking a deep sigh of like, "Oh no, I'm trapped again."
No, she was just taking a little air in, so she had more oxygen to send to her muscles.
Absolutely.
Here she goes now on a scoring trip. Russian Bayou going chest to chest. Jail Bars getting into the action as well. Olive Havoc has been released from the penalty box, but still needs to complete an initial trip.
Yes, so we're going to make, I'm going to assume that I'm Florida now.
Okay,
No, I'm
right.
just kidding. But with Florida.
It's a nice place to live.
Yeah. Well, with Florida, it's really nice to see that they're getting a break in terms of the initial paths, that Olive hasn't made the initial path.
4 points finally going up for Snot Rocket Science. We could see a completely different period. The star's now been passed to V Diva for Pennsylvania, but Snot going outside, gets bumped by Jail Bars, calls from a prostate position on the floor, and all 4 go up though, so that's an 8-point jam to start the second period for Florida.
And that's how they started the the first half, was Snot putting up those 8 points right at the beginning.
There you go.
So got some new legs behind
Florida
them.
spent a significant portion of the first period in the lead. It was the last 10 minutes where Pennsylvania really got the momentum going. Persephone jamming for Pennsylvania. Agresta again, and I think Agresta's got a breakout jam in her.
Oh, absolutely.
And let's see what happens right now. Both jammers getting sucked into the defensive miasma, but right now Persephone able to get out. Lead jammer for Pennsylvania.
All right, Agresta, like you said, is out. We're starting to bleed some penalties again for Florida.
Persephone looks to the bench, calls a quick hit and quit. That should be 4. It is for Pennsylvania.
And that's a smart move on Pennsylvania's part, just to be able to freeze 2 blockers in the box.
Yeah, and that's D-Ride along with Low Blow, 2 pretty solid blockers for Florida. They'll have to rejoin the action after this next jam begins, and Vanessa V. Diva Seitz has the star for Pennsylvania.
This should be exciting. The way she cuts that track is just beautiful.
Amazing. The strides, the range and quickness. Okay, but how about this defense up at the front of the pack from French Fry? Now Diva with 4 points. Interestingly enough, Evil Beauty with the pivot stripe for Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that is really interesting.
It's Sinner jamming for Florida. Sinner has now escaped on an initial trip. 8 points already for V Diva. Gonna see whether she tries to get a couple more.
I do think she is going to try to get a couple more. I mean, we've got the pack going as fast as possible. She's got those long, graceful slides, great movement.
Sinner gets up
Sinner gets in front of her.
That
oh, I didn't expect. I honestly didn't expect that, and I should know better.
Well, now Pennsylvania may be thinking we want to run clock right now.
Right.
Thumper thumps Sinner to the infield. V Diva puts up 4 more, but 4 more go up for Florida as well.
We've got a little back and forth going with these.
Oh, now V Diva calls the jam. Nice coordinated offense there. That was MJ Slammer just with the seal move on that inside line.
Right.
Giving V Diva that last untouched pass.
Right. And I think it's really difficult for us as skaters to remember to keep our arms together so we don't get those forearm penalties. So they were being very, very careful with that.
Yes. Now, of course, the worm has turned and 2 Pennsylvania blockers are in the penalty box. It's Russian Bayou and Evil Beauty. Evil Beauty as a pivot right now, final.
Yes, Evil Beauty as a pivot. Looks like we're doing, what do we?
Yes, Florida. If we were in Montreal, you might say Florida's score is 69. Pennsylvania has 103. So right now it's a 34-point lead in favor of the Pennsylvania All-Stars. We have an official timeout. As a couple of penalties in that last jam final. I'm sure there's a lot of tabulation that needs to go on.
Absolutely. They want to make sure that they've got it right. Our official crew wants nothing other than to keep it as good and clean and safe as possible.
Yeah, and our officials have been really solid all weekend long. I saw something. I don't usually make comments about things on social media, but there was some flack yesterday about an event that occurred in the first game between Louisiana and Maine, and where Little Miss Maggot did the crawl.
Oh, yes, of course.
And a couple of people were saying, geez, what was it with the officiating staff that they didn't immediately call it? But the thing is, they did assess the penalty. It was such a such a surprise to everybody. There's no shame in not immediately making a call like that. They made it right, and good on them. And the officiating's been really solid this weekend.
Absolutely.
In any event, Herman now jamming for Pennsylvania. Agresta with the star for Florida.
Exactly. Agresta got knocked to the infield there, and we have the referee, Zero, just stepping over her with one leg like there was nothing there at all.
Yeah. Okay, now Herman knocked to the infield, and Agresta escapes, gets around Bill to spill. Lead jammer going to Florida. Quick star pass to Evil Beauty for Pennsylvania.
That moved really fast.
Yeah, Agresta on the scoring trip, though, getting thrown around a little by by Russian Bayou.
That's right.
She'll call, and 2 points going up
Wow.
for Pennsylvania, 4-4 Florida.
That really moved. That star pass was just crystal clear. I mean, well, crystal clear
Well,
after the fact. It was an actually perfect star pass because I didn't even see it happen.
It really was, and the thing that was interesting about it to me is that Evil Beauty, had to sit in the penalty box. So she, it was like she was expecting that star pass for a couple of jams. She
Right.
had that pivot stripe for that long. Now we got Snot Rocket Science jamming against Rousey, and this is really an interesting jammer matchup. Rousey getting out first, lead jammer for Pennsylvania.
We've got a helmet.
Oh, wait a second. We have a star
Star
pass
pass.
now. This is G-Roll on a roll.
And that's their captain.
Yes.
So
That'll force a call
Yep.
off.
they're going to stop the bleeding a little bit there, I think.
Yeah, another transfer, of course. Ms. Grohl. Both Leanne and Snot Rocket Science, of course, broke into high-level derby with the Steel City.
Steel City, right.
Oh, wow. The Steel City is coming back, and they're a great league as well. But they were a force for a while.
They were.
In the Northeast back when we had the regions.
I was going to say regions, not cups. I
Yeah.
switched to cups.
Okay, back to the live action. Betty Switch for Pennsylvania is the jammer. Little last kicker for Florida. 34 points is the difference. Pennsylvania in the lead.
I think it's interesting. It looks like Snot is wearing the pivot stripe too. So she, with being able to be so explosive, she's going to be
absolutely.
important to have that.
As every bit as capable a pack player as a jammer. Lead jammer now
Right.
going to Betty Switch. So Switch now looking on the outside, an offensive barrage by Phoenix. Makes a little bit of room. And I love watching Phoenix play. I've watched her for many years coming out of the Black Rose Rollers, and has just gotten so much more confident. One of those skaters who's always looking for somebody to hit.
Right. And, and it says something too, though. There's looking for someone to hit, and then the positional blocking that I really enjoy. And I think Diva is a prime example. V-Diva is a prime example of just being in your way and annoying about it, right? That's a positive.
Oh, my goodness. Okay,
then,
excuse me.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, 4 points going up after a long, prolonged exchange of blows in turn one.
All right, Snot now has the star.
That'll force a call off by Betty Switch. Let's see if she got any more. And the officials are conferring to see whether any additional points will be going up for Pennsylvania. In the meantime, we got 20 minutes and 40 seconds. I'm seeing a warning now being issued to the Florida bench. I wasn't able to hear. Well, the same warning is being issued to Pennsylvania. How about that, Final?
I wonder what's happening.
Well,
hey,
they didn't warn us.
No, they didn't.
I feel happy about that.
I'm like, hey, Twitch, did you see something?
Yeah, I wouldn't want anybody coming up and warning me.
Exactly.
Olive Havoc jamming for Pennsylvania now. Agresta for Florida, and V-Diva's being sent to the penalty box now. Didn't see the call. Agresta lead jammer Florida.
So here we go. We're going to see if Agresta has that big jam that you were talking about, hopefully coming out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, got all the skills, all the possibility right there. French fry getting into offensive mode there for a second.
Oh,
now, one more time, and MJ Slammer passes off the defense to Jail Bars. They held her up for a while, but she's got 4 points for Florida.
That's right. And we've got V-Diva coming back in. Grabs the helmet cover as soon as she comes in. Oh, that one happened right in front of my eyeballs.
She does spin around the defense. Agresta sees that, calls. 4 more points go up for Florida. They narrow the gap now. They've got 81 and that is a 32-point differential with 19 minutes to go.
And 32 points, that's not a lot of points.
That's 2 jams.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
teams
The way
like this.
these teams can score, yes. Yes. So, oh, that's interesting.
What is that?
Poltergeist says, my guess would be congestion around the entry and exit points for the bench is why the warning. I think that's a good surmisal there, Poltergeist. Yeah, this venue is pretty good for Derby, but it's got those hockey walls, and they make for, the bench coaches can stand in the ref lanes, and there is the potential for congestion.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense. Back to the live action, Persephone jamming for Pennsylvania, Sinner for Florida, and the winners so far in this one are the defenses, Final.
That's right. We're more than 30 seconds into this jam, and there is no lead jammer being awarded. No one has been awarded lead jam status. And,
no.
And I love I love defense. Give me defense any day of the week.
Yeah, we're 45 seconds into the jam now. Persephone, gets the reward of turning around now, and is boy. I thought Fancy had her actually, but nice reverse pivot gets Persephone the lead jammer position. Now she has to grind again.
Right, and it really is a grueling pack right here. The only people that have come out, the only person that's really come out is Persephone.
That's right.
So,
and Legs is doing a good job of bracing. Teflon Donna trying to throw some offense there. And look at, Stark Raven almost able to get the exit hit on Sinner. Sinner is through now, though, so Persephone's going to call. I believe she got a couple on that scoring trip. 3 go up. Wow. That was almost 2 minutes of furious gameplay, resulting in 3 points for Pennsylvania.
3 points, and we only went to turn 1. Like 1.5.
Yeah. How about that? All right, 16:44 left. 116 for the Pennsylvania All-Stars, 81 for the Florida All-Stars in their debut in this event. They are playing for the gold medal.
Oh, here's a new jammer for
Yeah, they're going to shake things up. Felony Fat Bottom jamming for Florida, and it is Herman with the star for Pennsylvania. Herman has really done a lot of work on her game to get up to a higher level as a jammer. And right now, French Fry is just owning the outside, and Felony Fat Bottom taking advantage. Jail bars can't stop her. Lead jammer, Florida.
Wow, listen to that crowd yell.
Yeah, I'm sure you can hear it over our microphones. Herman out now. Felony Fat Bottom makes contact with V Diva. It is a back block penalty. Power jam, Pennsylvania.
Back blocks coming in hot.
Well, it's what you're saying about position there, Final. I think, V Diva was able to get in that position, not initiate the contact,
right,
but be in an area where it was likely to occur.
Exactly right. And since Fat Bottom hasn't been Felony Flat Bottom hasn't been jamming as much this weekend, and so to pull that back block is really something.
Flip Furry says, "Did you see her face?" And
like,
that was, talk about a class act, like Hardash had said earlier. That really was. She looked at the referee and just, you're right. And
all right.
You
got me.
Yeah, we're back to both jammers on the track now, and Herman's not having a lot of success. Felony had the lead. It's a lost lead, so nobody can stop this jam. Still 10 seconds to go as Russian Bayou rolling back Felony Fat Bottom to turn 2, and Herman's going to have to regroup as well. There is the 4 whistles, and 3 additional points go up. It's a 7-0 jam for Pennsylvania. We have less than one more quarter of gameplay to go, Final.
That's right. Looks like we've got R2 Destroy You sitting as a blocker into the penalty box right now. We are, so they're going to end up starting a little short. We've got a timeout.
Yeah, is this being requested by Florida? It is, and it's interesting. I didn't know that. Thanks for that, Spanx. Felony is also a ref. Always a professional.
That makes a lot of sense for that.
Yeah, you know a little bit about refereeing, don't you, Final?
I do. My spousal unit, as I call him, Straight Taco, is the head referee for Ohio Roller Derby. And he also helps, he's one of the facilitators for the rules committee for the WFTDA.
Oh, wow.
So we spend lots and lots of time talking about rules.
As do I. As do I. Guilty as charged, Final.
That's true. It's amazing to me how much how long you can actually hold a conversation about rules.
Oh, yeah. Well, it is very, you know, it's you know, if you're into the sport, that really is part of it. Because this, you know, it's not like, you know, basketball or football or something that's been around for generations.
Right.
We are creating the game as we go. And I think that's something that, you know, bears repeating. It's not rocket science with the star for Florida. Rousey, lead jammer for Pennsylvania.
But did you see what Snot did there? Snot dropped down and basically slid under a bunch of people.
Quick star pass to legs now. Rousey's got 4. And Rousey is in control. Going to probably try to bleed some clock. Does. Calls. No points Florida. 4-0 on the jam in favor of Pennsylvania.
Oh, that was intense.
It was. It was. It was a very quick, well-coordinated star pass. That's the one thing you see at this level. People don't just pass the star because they're tired of jamming.
Exactly.
You know, if they're tired of jamming, excuse me, but there's no, you know, path to success, they'll keep the star.
Exactly.
They have to, you know, and they know the difference.
If it's not going to benefit the team, there's no reason to take it off. That's for sure.
Yeah, well said. Well said. Betty Switch now jamming for Pennsylvania. Agresta for Florida. And Agresta's got that V-Diva and Thumper and Russian Bayou triad to deal with. French Fries trying to throw a little offense in there, but there's really not much room, is there?
There's not. There's not a lot of room at all. I could maybe there's room for an arm in there.
Yeah.
I mean, Diva and the other blocker are just smushed together so tightly.
Yeah, and it is just complete concentration. You can see it on their faces. Now Built to Spill is just sort of bridging a little bit, going to go on offense, checked in with the defenders first. Shirt whip off of Built to Spill, frees Betty Switch, lead jammer Pennsylvania. It took 61 seconds, Final.
It did take 61 seconds, and I am in awe at the way that they are able to keep each other from getting lead immediately.
Yes. Oh, yes. I mean, this is a team, you know, I would pay to watch these two teams play in a best-of-7 series.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
I bet you if we came back tomorrow, we could see a different team with a, you know, what do we have right now, a 45-point lead?
Right.
I bet we could see the roles reversed if they played tomorrow. But right now, Pennsylvania 129, Florida 85, 11:30 to go. What do you do if you're Florida, Final?
I think if you're Florida, you have to find a way to break up those blue blockers. Those Pennsylvania blockers, you have to help your jammer in this situation, because obviously being just the jammer is not working for them at this time.
Yeah, Herman with the star for Pennsylvania right now. It's not rocket science again for Florida. I mean, Florida came in as an unknown quantity. I believe they were actually seeded 9th?
8th.
8th, excuse me.
They were 8th.
Yeah, and I mean, they're going to be the silver medalists at least. There's still time for them to win this game.
There really is.
Not
there
rocket
goes
science is lead jammer.
And we're still in for turn 1 here.
Yeah.
We've got Rainbow and Legs trying to hold the Pennsylvania blockers back.
And it's not rocket science. Doing battle with Teflon Donna And Snot wins that battle. Star pass to Built to Spill. Snot coming in hot, going to try to get a couple calls.
Oh.
Nothing for Pennsylvania. What do we have for Florida? Oh, another point. 2 points going up. Wow. That is what speed will do for you,
It is. I think part of what happened was that they were passing the star. Pennsylvania was passing the star and dropped it. And so Snot went ahead and called the jam and then turned around and saw that the helmet cover was on the ground.
I see.
So there was
kind of thinking, yeah. I could have had a V8. Persephone jamming for Pennsylvania. Felony Fat Bottom again for Team Florida. And let's see, the penalty box empties out now. Both teams at full strength. We're under 10 minutes to go now. Florida has to put down the accelerator if they're going to come back. They are certainly within striking range. Pennsylvania's going to have to play clean if they are going to hold on.
Oh, and here goes Felony Fat Bottom.
Oh, yes.
Right up the inside.
Yeah, that opened up, and Felony took over. We have a star pass to V Diva on Pennsylvania. Here comes Felony in for points. Gets in around Thumper. Dodges Persephone, calls the jam. 4 points, Florida.
All right, there is some enthusiasm there. Felony Fat Bottom throwing her arms in the air, Rocky style.
Yeah, what was a 45-point differential is now down to 34. Wow. So with 8:46, certainly doable for Florida. Nice jam.
It was a very nice jam, and maybe just the lift that Florida needs in order to get riled up and go again. I don't know that they're a team that likes to play very angry. They just want to play happy and good.
That's a valid point, whereas Pennsylvania, I think, enjoys anger. Pennsylvania, anger is a motivator. Okay, this is Sinner now jamming for Florida. Rousey with the star for Pennsylvania. Teflon Donna bumps Sinner to the outside. And now I believe that's Built to Spill holding down the inside. And meanwhile, Rousey is just getting a little bit of assistance from Stark Raven, and that opens up a hole on the outside. Lead jammer, Pennsylvania.
You almost could have driven a car through that particular lane.
It is Built to Spill.
They really did the good job moving the Florida blockers over.
You know, Stark Raven has been a performer for Pennsylvania, but my goodness.
We have a power jam.
Yeah.
This means Center is going to continue to go.
An illegal contact penalty going on Rousey. Still 53 seconds left in the jam, and a Sinner does get out. So,
all right, and we're going to go.
Expended a fair amount of energy getting through that pack, but has a chance to catch her breath as she spins around now and engages with Built to Spill. And Florida is able to play all offense now. Gorgeous with a nice defensive stop and a rollback by Teflon Donna. And it looks as though Pennsylvania is going to kill this penalty effectively. Rousey is released from the penalty box, and we are back to the start line final.
We are back to the start. But here comes Center out.
Yeah.
Throws up 4 points quickly.
And Rousey fighting for points up
nice
at the front legs. Takes Rousey down, but Rousey only put one hand out. We have an unearned pass yielding only 3 points for Pennsylvania and four for Florida.
All right, Florida's almost at that century mark.
Yep, 33 points are the difference now. Florida 99, Pennsylvania 132. 6 minutes and 15 seconds to go.
If I were a betting person, of which I am not, looks like maybe that's Augusta on the line.
Looks like Olive Havoc for Pennsylvania. Agresta is the jammer for Florida. Both teams at full strength. A really pretty clean game, all things considered.
Yes, absolutely.
For as hard and fast and just,
and you know, in the middle of that scrum, you know that there's a whole bunch of things that are happening that we can't see, that the referees cannot see.
Yeah.
So,
and the skaters know that, of course. Oh, how about that?
Look
Aggressive. Agresta lead jammer Florida.
She has a way of like just being able to skate backwards easily.
Oh, and another star pass
Good
going
Diva.
to V Diva. That is the ultimate cooler that Pennsylvania has as a weapon. MC Slammer takes the shot at Agresta.
Okay.
Agresta now doing battle with, oh my. We had, there could be some looks at that after the fact, excuse me, as the tumble took my eye off the ball, so to speak.
So to speak. Yeah.
3 points go up for Florida as Agresta had to call because V Diva was coming up fast.
Yeah, and she's not one that you want to give any sort of opportunity to. So
Yes.
Agresta was playing very smart.
Yeah, so it's a 30-point gap right now. We're just under 5 minutes to go. Penalty box is empty. Herman jamming against Snot Rocket Science for Florida. And boy,
Look
these
at that scrub,
packs,
man. They're
yes.
very tight and I mean, I know it's just a knotted mess in there.
Yeah, and you know, I think again that's kind of the benefit that Pennsylvania has with the Pac players who have played together for a couple of seasons. Here
Sure.
comes Herman, knows how to exploit. Of course, because Herman a jammer for the Liberty Bells as well.
Sure.
You know, and not that Pennsylvania doesn't have representation of other teams as well, but they have a core that practices together as a league. In any event, Snot Rocket Science will not give up. Working on the outside now, dodges Phoenix, but then gets caught up by Built to Spill. 4 points going up for Herman. Snot Rocket Science is through on the initial. Herman sees her coming, calls. No points for Florida, and we're waiting to see whether an additional point goes up on this second trip. And that's what you like to see, the jam referee conferring with the OPRs to determine whether there's actually a point. You know, you want every angle possible. 2 go up.
2 for Pennsylvania.
Okay, so with each jam that Pennsylvania scores, Florida's likelihood of earning silver increases right now. Agresta with the star for Florida. Betty Switch again for Pennsylvania. 1 blocker in the penalty box for Florida as MC Slammer trying to get offensive support for Betty Switch.
French Fry really trying to help break up, keep the blockers where they are so that Agresta can get through.
Yeah, G-roll now, just holding court on the inside, rolling back.
Holding court, yes. I would say you're absolutely right.
Betty Switch, and finally through is Betty Switch. Agresta taken down from behind by MC Slammer. That's going to earn a penalty.
And that was 50 seconds
It's a misconduct now, so it looks like MC Slammer might be off for a minute. So what do we have? 2 more going up for Florida. 3-2 on the, no, 3-3, excuse me. Florida 105, Pennsylvania 141, 150 to go, and the clock is rolling. Both teams with 1 blocker in the penalty box.
So unless we have a stoppage in time for a timeout,
yeah, this
we don't have much time.
No,
they don't have much time at all.
This could be the final jam. It's Felony Fat Bottom almost vaulted the defense. Not quite able to do so. Persephone jamming for the Pennsylvania All-Stars. We have a whistle. A forearm is going on a blocker for Florida. Felony Fat Bottom is lead jammer.
She's making quick work of this track. She's really excited, but the pack has also sped up incredibly.
Well, that's for sure. And the thing that's so impressive about Felony is, as devastating in the pack as she is, she's that same way as a jammer.
Absolutely.
Okay, Persephone finally able to escape the pack. 4 points going up. Florida's bench says roll it. 45 seconds to go. Pennsylvania can, if they can contain Felony Fat Bottom on this trip, that could do it, or at least force the call. And now Gorgeous with a big stop. And Fancy sent to the penalty box for Florida. Persephone is just content to roll back right now. The jam is called.
Call it a day.
3 more going up for Florida. 7 points now, taking them to 112. There are, speaking of 12 seconds to go.
That's right. Florida did take a timeout to stop that clock.
Yes, and Sasha Mayer says one more jam. Couldn't agree more. I love watching these teams play.
Me
and,
too.
Again, it's not just something I'm saying to hear myself talk. I think that, if these teams played again tomorrow, you could easily see a different one with that 29-point differential.
Absolutely. I absolutely think you were right.
Yeah, because Florida has adjusted very well to the different style that Pennsylvania brought.
They really did. I see a lot of smiles on the Florida bench right now. Are we talking about? They were talking about maybe. What is going on? I think they're talking about doing an all-jammer.
Oh, a jammer pack?
Maybe?
I don't know.
See. Maybe not.
Okay, well, Snot Rocket Science has the star for Florida. Evil Beauty for Pennsylvania. 10 seconds on the period clock. Pennsylvania gets lead. They can call the jam and win the game. Evil Beauty is bumped
to the
inside. Oh, she's called for a cut.
We've got a power jam for Snot Rocket Science.
And can Snot get 29 points? Well, with the jammer lap point,
maybe
she
you could have. Exactly.
I don't know now. There's a minute 26 on the jam clock, and that's what we're going on. The period clock has expired.
Exactly. And she's really good at making sure that she's taking assists and whips and using her players in order to get around.
Yes, and that's what she does right there. That's 4 for Florida. The gap is narrowing. Jail Bars has to sit down. Evil Beauty has been released from that Apex Skate Shop penalty box. Snot bumped to the inside by Thumper and rolled back by V-Diva. V-Diva called for a penalty now, and another penalty on Evil Beauty. So another power jam with 2 blockers in the box for Florida.
Well, they are not going quietly into this good night, are they?
They are not. Snot Rocket Science has a big grin on her face. She already has 12 points. 29 seconds left. Snot Rocket Science will get 4 more. 22 seconds. It took 7 seconds for Snot Rocket Science to score those 4 points. She hits the pack again for 4 more.
Is that a 20-point jam? We're at a 20-point jam for Snot Rocket Science.
Here she comes for more. The period is over. The jam clock has expired.
Wow.
Florida narrows the gap to 9 points. This is an unofficial score, folks, so don't count those chickens just yet.
Okay, not just yet. Not just yet.
What an end to a fabulous weekend of roller derby final.
You know, if they just had another 30 seconds.
Exactly. Wow, not coming out of nowhere. Duval. Stand by Tommy, absolutely.
Yes.
There's never say die for Jacksonville, no doubt about that. And
it's true. They played a really great game. Both teams left it all out on the track, literally.
Yes. Well, now a couple more points go up. It was actually a 22-point jam for Snot Rocket Science. So it is a 7-point win for the Pennsylvania All-Stars. And the Florida bench is jumping up and down saying, we're number two. They are happy as can be, and they mean it. In their first appearance at the Battle of the All-Stars, they win the silver medal.
They do. They should not be going home sad about this at all. They came to their first BOTAS, came out swinging, playing really well, really clean. I know that they would have liked to have won gold, but hey, a silver is great for your first outing here.
Ashley says that was quite the game, and you know what? It was.
It really was.
It was. Thank you
a lot
for
of fun.
that.
Thank
Oh
you.
my goodness. Yes. Well, there will be a few presentations and whatnot here. I don't know how much of that we will be able to cover. Okay, Chad is saying we're going to do the MVPs, but that's going to do it because we are on limited time here at the facility, and there's a lot of equipment that needs to be torn down.
Absolutely.
So we're going to, Final and I are going to go offline for a couple of seconds so that we can talk about who the MVPs are. We'll be back with interviews of those MVPs in just a little while. Thank you so much for watching Twitch Nerd Derby at Twitch, however you say it. This has been a thoroughly enjoyable time, and we will be back.
Yes. All right. Hello. This is Final Straw. I'm here with Felony Fat Bottom, having just played an incredible game against the Pennsylvania All-Stars. Florida has come in with a bang, having never played in the Battle of the All-Stars before. How did it feel coming all the way up here to play?
A lot of fun. We just wanted to come have fun, skate together. We all love playing with each other. And so that's all we want to do, come have fun and skate hard.
And that you did. You all did skate very, very hard. I was definitely impressed with the way your team handled yourselves through the whole weekend, because you did look like you were here to have fun. And I, for one, it really made my heart very warm to see that you guys just really wanted to have fun, and I think you wanted to play for fun, and that helped you be successful this weekend. What are some things that your team did in order to bond, in order to play well together?
One, it was spring break 2020, so you always have fun on spring break. We just reminded each other why we're here, kept pepping each other up. We just are such fans of each other. We usually have to skate against one another.
Right.
So it was just have fun, keep it light, keep it fun.
That makes a lot of sense. I didn't even think about, I don't know why I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, usually we have to play against each other, and now we get to actually have fun as a cohesive unit. If there was one moment this weekend that you could pick out that was important to yourself and then maybe to your teammates afterwards, what would that be? What would be the turning point?
Maybe this game, because it wasn't us up early and things like that. So we had to really bond and stay cohesive and just keep trusting each other. Sure. So you really have to trust each other to continue to do it. And we ended up coming back pretty close.
Yes,
So maybe another jam or so, we might have pulled it out.
That was what I had told. I told Gretchen, if you guys had 30 more seconds, it might have been a little differently. Well, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for being so positive. Send my love back to Florida with you. And we look forward to seeing you in the future. So have a great trip and great trip home.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any shout outs?
All of Florida. Thank you, Team Florida. Everyone that's a part of that. Thank you. We love you.
All right. Thank you.
Gretchen Little here with the most valuable player in the championship game for the Pennsylvania All-Stars, Vanessa V. Diva Sites. First thing, congratulations on a great game.
Thank you so much. That was my first MVP hosting this tournament in 8 years. So.
Well, you deserved it today because really when the going got tough, you were a reliable pivot and put up a lot of points jamming.
Yeah, I was excited. I'm happy the team believed in me, but it was really nervous-wracking going into that game.
Now, of course, Florida with their first appearance getting silver, that's got to be exciting. When did you know that Florida was going to be coming to BOTAS this year?
They applied, they got their money in, they filled everything out, and except also we have many of the people on that team is from Pennsylvania, and also Florida's my home state. So
Okay, well, it's a natural. I certainly hope that they come back again. One of the things that I said on the broadcast was that I would pay to see you all play a best-of-7 series. I bet it would be epic.
yeah, I think so too. But I don't know if I want to play them again. It was so hard.
I don't blame you. Congratulations. And I know you got a lot of stuff to do. You're also the tournament organizer. Thanks for all that you do putting this together.
Thank you. Thank you.